kapamilya, mga kapuso, siyempre mga ka-inklinasyon. Nandito naman tayo sa hapong ito sa isang mahalaga na episode ng ating programa. Noong nakaraang Miyerkules, ating pinag-usapan ang tungkol sa kagitingan ng mga taong may kapansanan. Bilang pagdiriwang ng ating, National Heroes Day ba yun? Or Araw ng Kagitingan. Sa hapong ito, dalawang mahalagang panauhin ang ating inimbita. At tayo ay nagpapasalamat na nandito sila ngayon para ating pag-usapan ang tungkol sa Best Buddies Philippines. First time natin sila, mga ka-inklinasyon, na magiging guest, and I'm sure marami silang ibabahagi patungkol sa kanilang programa at serbisyo. At kung kayo ay may mga katanungan, ipahayag lang sa amin, pwede niyong ilagay sa chat box natin at yon ay aming tatanungin or itatanong sa ating mga panauhin. So wag na nating antayin, wag na nating patagalin. Miss Janine, pwede mong introduce ang ating mga panauhin sa hapong ito.
Opo. Thank you po, Sir Renil. Una po muna, bago ko po ipakilala yung ating mga panauhin sa hapon na ito, bumabati po ako ng isang magandang hapon po sa ating mga manonood at mga nakikinig po ng mga kapwa may kapansanan at sa iba pong mga taong walang kapansanan ngayong hapon na ito. So napakahalaga po ng ating pag-uusapan sa mga isa-isa loob ng isang oras. Sana po magkasya yung lahat ng mga gusto niyo pong itanong at malaman tungkol sa kanilang organisasyon at sa kanilang advokasya. Isa pong kagalakan na maipakilala ko po, ang una po nating munang panauhin. Siya po ay ang Executive Director ng Best Buddies Philippines at siya po ay isang mother, and sinabi nga po dito, she is the Filipina-American who is trying or striving to aim a never ever elusive balance in everything that she does. And she's also very a passionate advocate of the rights of individual with developmental disability. And also she's a mother, and then I'm not sure if this is the kitchen 143 is her blog, so we will know more about that. And then she's the executive director, and then a very loving and home keeper. Let's all welcome Miss Michelle Aventajado.
Welcome,
Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon.
Ayan po. Sa mga nakikinig po at manonood, medyo pagpasensya nyo, magdudugo po yung mga ilong natin mamaya. Pero yes, she's I think she was born and raised in the United States, so Filipina-American. So she's more comfortable in speaking and expressing her thoughts and feelings in English. So we have to bear with that situation. Okay? The next guest po natin for today's afternoon Facebook Live, siya po ay ang Operations Manager Head ng Best Buddies Philippines. She graduated BS Psychology, Bachelor of Science, major in Psychology, minor in Sociology. This is very interesting, new course po sa akin. Sociology and Sports Health in De La Salle University. She's also part of the sustainability wait lang po Sustainability sustainability psychology research planetary laboratory in the La Salle University. So she's also advocating the rights of persons with intellectual and developmental disability. So let's all welcome ang ating pong next guest, si Romian Grace Gonzalez po. Welcome, Miss Romian.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Janice, for introducing our special guest this afternoon. Mga ka-inclinasyon, kung hindi niyo pa alam, si Janine ay totally blind. Pero tinutulungan siya ng kanyang
Screen
ano
reader.
matawag Janine?
Screen
ng kanyang
reader.
screen reader.
Oh.
Kaya kung minsan, baka nagtataka ako, bakit nagtagal ni Janine magbasa? Pero, ganun yun.
Yeah,
Janine is trying her best to read with the help of her screen reader, mga
Yes.
ka-inclinasyon.
Thank you,
Pero
sir.
bago tayo pupunta sa formal na pagtatanong sa ating dalawang guest, Michelle, Romy, unahin muna natin si Michelle. Michelle, paano ka na-involved sa Best Buddies Philippines? Please tell us your story.
So, Reniel, I've been actually involved in the disability community since I was 14.
Yeah, wow.
I've been growing up in New York. It was my own volunteerism to advocate for others also with disabilities all throughout high school, all throughout college. This is something that was important to me. I moved to the Philippines in 2006. And when I sought the yoga certification, I realized that if yoga was good for me, then it would be that much better for people with disabilities. So I focused on teaching yoga to them as well. Shortly after I got my certification in yoga, I actually got pregnant with my fourth child, and she was born with Down syndrome. So we had a birth diagnosis. When she joined our family, I had realized that God actually was preparing me all those years before by bringing me and drawing me into the community so that when she was born, I would know how to advocate for her. And with Best Buddies 10 years ago in 2014, February of 2014, Best Buddies International came and held a training for volunteers. So much like everybody on the call, I've been volunteering for Best Buddies for 10 years now. So
Wow.
that's where it started.
Okay, so there's really a sense of volunteerism in you, And we will also know, Romy, ikaw naman, paano ka na-involved, sa Best Buddies?
Okay, so during my senior year last year in the LSU, all students are asked to have an internship, and in psychology, you really have different directions. You have clinical psychology, educational psychology. You can also pursue being a research assistant in the school, or even pursue other fields like HR and even nonprofit. So while I was going through the different selections, I chose to apply for Best Buddies Philippines. And, Miss Michelle, she's really quick to accept different interns. So I saw that it was the fastest and the most effective way of in taking new interns. And I remember that my very first event, it was a dance night. And it was my first time seeing our buddies there. And I remember that every single month that I had with Best Buddies as an intern, I wanted to make the most out of it so that I could spend more time with the buddies and learn about disability, learn about inclusion, and why is it so important, because it really does impact a lot of lives. And luckily, I was offered a job and I'm here for a year, and I've been learning so much alongside our buddies, alongside Miss Michelle, and learning about what we can do so that we can be more inclusive here in the country.
Wow, thank you for that. Romy, is there someone in your family or relative who has a disability? Napa-English na rin ako, no? Teacher Aisel. Wow.
Well, I don't really have any family member who has like intellectual developmental disability, although I'm more aware of like, vulnerable sectors. So like, and I live with my grandparents, so you could really see how different sectors here at a certain point of time, how they are treated or how they're affected by like society. So no, I don't really have any family member, but it's really through Best Buddies that I was exposed, and now I have friends and with all of the buddies that we always interact with.
Yeah, so Michelle, congratulations. No, Romina is a living testament, no, of your advocacy. That's why she chose, no, Best Buddy Philippines, no, to work with and to work with you, no, and the other buddies. Anyway, no, let's start the ball rolling, no. Can you give us a background, no, about Best Buddies Philippines? No, it's up to you who will speak, Michelle or Romy. No, so share with us, no, the background about Best Buddies Philippines.
So maybe I'll start with Best Buddies International. Best Buddies is actually in 47 countries worldwide. So we're an international nonprofit that furthers inclusion for individuals with intellectual and developmental diversities. We do this through 4 different programs. We have one-to-one friendship, we also have leadership, there's inclusive living, and we also look for gainful employment for our beneficiaries. We've been doing this. Best Buddies established themselves in Georgetown University by Anthony Kennedy Shriver, and we started in 1989. So we've been furthering inclusion for individuals for many years. Side by side, our sister organization, that's Special Olympics, which was founded by Anthony's mom, Eunice Kennedy Shriver. So, Romy, do you want to share the history of Best Buddies Philippines?
So Best Buddies Philippines started in 2014, but only accredited in 2020. And we have different school chapters here in the Philippines. So how it works is we have 4 pillars. First we have is friendship. Second we have is leadership development. Third we have is integrated employment. And number 4 is inclusive living. So what we do is we try to establish different chapters in private and public schools in Metro Manila and hopefully even outside, so that we can teach kids in preschool, high school, and even in university to learn about disability awareness and inclusion. So all of the bodies that we have in the chapters are led by different leaders. So we're always run by the youth and we're run by volunteers. So with our school chapters, they're led by students who make events, they lead about inclusion, they give talks about, inclusion awareness. And for our buddies, we try to provide a safe space in the school chapter so that they can have a place where they can socialize, make friends, and, do fun things after school. And then afterwards, when we see and we get to know our buddies, we invite them to leadership development. So we teach them how to advocate for themselves through speeches and, being able to deliver a speech in important places so that people can hear more about their stories and why it's important to include individuals with disabilities. And the last one that we have, we're running integrated employment currently. And this is the place wherein we try to help employers to become more inclusive. So we give them experiences with our buddies. We go hang out, have karaoke, and then afterwards, hopefully create more sustainable practices and processes within different companies.
Yeah. Thank you, Romy. No, before we proceed, I think it's better, no, if we will view, no, a very short film, no, about the campaign, no, of Best Buddies, no, on not to use, no, the R word. Okay, JM.
Ginagamit niyo ba ang salitang retarded?
Habang nakikipagbiruan o nagpapahayag ng opinyon. Ang salitang mongoloid.
Abnoy. Makapangyarihan ang mga salita.
Nakaiinsulto.
Nakapanghahamak.
nakasasakit.
Itigil ang paggamit ng mga salitang ito.
Sa halip, piliin nating gumalang, umunawa,
Tumanggap.
At magmahal.
Para sa ating.
Para sa akin.
Para sa akin.
Para sa akin.
Para sa akin?
Para sa akin.
Para sa kanya.
Para sa kanya.
Para sa kanya.
Thank you, JM, no? And thank you, Best Buddies, for this video. Okay. Michelle, paano mo ninyo na-conceptualize ang ganitong campaign? It's very, very interesting kasi parang isa kayo sa mga una, no, nagkaroon ng ganitong advocacy, no, on how to use proper terminology because no words are very powerful.
Yeah, words actually precede every great change that has happened in culture, both good and bad. In 2016, we launched this campaign, but it's not new, actually, Reniel. This is End the R Word. End the R Word is also a sister organization of Best Buddies Philippines and Special Olympics. Every first Wednesday of March, every year, we launch this campaign in all of our school chapters, and we actually activate the youth to encourage others to use person-first language and to end the use of hurtful language. This particular PSA was done through the help of our friends, and this is where it's really important that we understand the sphere of influence and the people that we keep around us can also help us amplify our mission and lift it up and push it up. Everyone in that PSA was a volunteer. The previous Best Buddies director, Ange Onrubia, and I believe her friend Jade, who also worked for a PR agency, they conceptualized the PSA and how we should launch it. And then Ange and I put the final touches on the script. We asked our friends over at Rappler, which is where Janine mentioned earlier in my introduction, Kitchen 143. That's my lifestyle show where I get to serve up different things, and have food-centric conversations that are all-encompassing. But the friends over at Rappler helped us shoot it and edit it, and it's been something we are sure to share every March because it is so important to be reminded that words do matter.
Since you launch this campaign, may nakita ba kayong pagbabago sa lipunan ng Pilipinas on using the right terminologies when they talk to persons with disabilities?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, we have her faculty advisor in Dallas, and she was very active also. She's been active with us since the beginning, the 10 years. We launched Dallas Salsa Bell Friendship Chapter in 2014 as well. And she has said that even the culture in Zobel, after establishing a Best Buddies Friendship Chapter, has become more inclusive. She has students really shift the culture more of kindness and even, yes, their language, but even more so how they welcome students of all backgrounds and all abilities to where she says it's a place where everybody feels safe and everybody belongs. So it absolutely just, that campaign coupled with friendship chapters, coupled with awareness activities has shifted the culture. And it's palpable, you can see it.
Yeah, thank you, Michelle. Janine, do you have any question for Michelle or Romy? Janine?
Yes po, Sir Neil. Ang tanong ko lang po kay na Miss Romy and Miss Michelle, sino-sino po yung mga taong siniserve po ng inyong organization, Best Buddies?
Okay. So in Best Buddies Philippines, we're open to anyone joining. So first, we serve individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. So that includes autism, Down syndrome, Fragile X, cerebral palsy, and other undiagnosed disabilities. So we are welcome to opening anyone who wants to join our programs. And we also create activities and programs for people who don't have a disability. So we empower and teach student leaders, volunteers, interns, and other corporations who may not have a disability to learn about inclusion and diversity so that they can practice it in their own spaces.
Okay. Michelle, Romy, don't get me wrong, don't get me wrong. Yeah. Parang there's an impression kasi, no, and I want to prove them wrong, no. There's an impression, best buddies na yan, pang-elite lang yan, mga tisay, mga konyo at mayayaman lang yung kasama, no, at pwedeng sumali sa best buddy. What can you say about this impression?
Well, I think me being here and actually answering in English, obviously that's an assumption. We have friendship chapters in public schools. We've actually trained more than 150 public school teachers. We have friendship chapters in private and public. It just so happens that a lot of what you see may look like it's for individuals of what you were referring to. No, but we welcome everyone. Part of being inclusive means that everyone is welcome, and through all sections, through the intersectionality of who we are, and maybe Romy also wants to add.
Yeah, I really want to listen to Romy.
Okay, so I think one of the things that I think not a lot of people are aware is that we're run by volunteers. So we have different people coming in with different backgrounds who want to contribute through events, through tech, through posters, digital art. And if you see, these are all volunteers. So they're coming with what they have and what they want to contribute. So I think it will really show that all of our programs are always meaningful, and there's always a purpose that is based on learning. And it's not about having to present ourselves as, elite or just serving people who are, above or what we consider above, because we always welcome events for everyone. And all of our events are free, so we don't really charge. So no one has to feel pressured to come if they have a certain amount of money. So we try to make sure that all of our events are accessible here in Metro Manila and places that everyone is sort of familiar with too.
I'm just going to add also to what Romy said. We don't charge a membership fee. There are no dues. It does not cost anything to join any of our programs, and all of the programs that we do share outside of our friendship chapters are open to the public. So if it's the schools and the student leaders are planning their activities, it's within their schools. So it's only open to their students and their buddies. But if we have activities out in the community, everyone is welcome to join. And those events are posted on our Facebook page, Best Buddies Philippines, and they're also posted on our Instagram, bestbuddies_PH.
Kaya yan, mga ka-inklunasyon, yung mga nakikinig dyan, no, na may ganon na impression about Best Buddies Philippines, narinig na natin, no, si Michelle at saka si Romy. Ulitin ko, walang membership fee, no? Unlike nga sa ibang organization, meron talagang membership fee, no? Na annual, no? Pero I think sa lahat naman, no, dapat naman kasi tayong tumaya, no? We need to have counterpart, no? Ako kasi advocate ako ng counterpart, no? Na dapat tayo ay maglaan din, no? Kung gusto natin na ating makamit, no, ang ating totoong karapatan, no? Yung karapatan natin hindi kaya kasi ibibigay sa atin, no, in a silver platter. No, dapat ipaglaban natin, at kung tayo ay nakipaglaban para makamit natin ang ating karapatan, dapat rin tayo ay tumaya. No? Pero natanungin ko rin si Michelle at si Romy, no? Nagta-target ba kayo, no, na specifically halimbawa, no? Actually ginawa ko to dati, no, sa Autism Society Philippines, no? when I was the executive director. No? Kasi yung impression din, ay, Sir Ranil, Autism Society Philippines yan. Mga mayayaman lang yan, no? Yung mga member, yung board no, ng Autism Society Philippines. So, actually, isa sa mga strategy namin, no? Pumunta kami sa mga public school. At doon nagsimula na mag-organize ng chapter ng mga magulang na nasa public school or sa mababang social strata, no, socio-economic strata ng lipunan. Ang Best Buddy ba ay may ganon din direksyon? Kung alam ko, kilala ko naman yung ibang members no, ng Best Buddy na hindi naman lahat dyan ay mayayaman. Meron din yan na nagaling no, sa lower strata, economic strata ng lipunan. Pero just a question, no? Are you looking at going to the public school, organizing, I don't know what you call that, chapter or friendship group? Do you think about that also, Michelle and Romy?
Yes, we actually have public school chapters. We have public school chapters in Pasig and also in Catarman. So we are looking to expand public school chapters. It's also all about being able to be introduced to the right people who are going to volunteer. Being that we are a volunteer organization, even in the public school, it's quite difficult to find volunteers who have the time and can commit to the mission.
Yeah.
Maybe Romy wants to add also.
Yeah, Romy, you want to add?
So last year we actually went to 2 provinces. We went to Samar and Tacloban, and it was
Wow,
from those
where in summer, Romy?
Catarman.
Catarman, no? It's also a project site of Northfield. Yeah.
So in those 2 trips that we had, we learned a lot about what we can do so that we can cater more effectively to public school chapters. And that's why we're sort of taking our time to plan and strategize, because it also takes a lot of effort and support for us to go to these kinds of areas and, to train the different teachers and advocates who want to bring Best Buddies to their school.
Yeah. If I may know, how many full-time staff do you have, Michelle?
4.
Aside from the volunteers? 4. You?
Well, I have 4 jobs right now. So Best Buddies is my most full-time job. But we have Romian, Kay Stokes, Kat Viray, and Clarence Cruz, who is also a person on the spectrum.
Yes. So Clarence is a full-time? You're full-time staff?
Yes.
Oh, I think I know Clarence. No,
Yes.
and I know her mom. Way
Lizette.
back, no, in
Yes.
the ASP, Dumaguete City chapter.
Yes. Clarence is full-time with us.
Okay. Actually, when during my time at ASP, just like that. No, we are just 4 with all the works that we need to perform. So, but yeah, ASP is still here, and it's still very active, and there's a lot of chapters. That's why, later on, we will invite our viewers to join the Angels Walk for Autism. Yeah. But before that, I think for our viewers to have more information about Best Buddies at anong kanilang ginagawa, let's view another film about Best Buddies. JM?
When you have integrity, when you operate in life being whole and complete, your life works. Your work works. But every time you violate your integrity, it's like taking one of the spokes out of yourself, and you begin to diminish your performance because your workability is diminished. When you have integrity, you have workability. When you have workability, you have performance. When you describe performance, when you're performing in life, what happens to you? You become fulfilled. You get things done. You have freedom. You have power. When you speak to people, people listen to you. That's a certain kind of power. Now you begin to see the relationship between integrity, workability, performance. And when you have performance in life, you'll have freedom, you'll have power, you'll have happiness or fulfillment in life.
Hi everyone, I am happy.
Hi everyone, my name is Ida.
My name is Kialagmay.
You can call me EG for short.
I am Larry. My name is Howie Hina Fuegas.
My name is Luis Francesca R. Vilera.
My name is Clarence Cruz.
I am Mark Daza.
Your word has power. And actually, in a few minutes, you will be showcasing that power through your speech. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and art lovers, think about how we express ourselves through words and actions.
Do you like superheroes?
I believe that I can be a catalyst in the community for change.
Dear parents, we are all special because God knows that we'll take care of them. I believe that we can change the world for all of them. Thank you. Thank you for being here. God truly has given me the most beautiful thing in life. He gave me both family and friends through Best Buddies.
Friendship is love for everyone. It's not about victory or defeat. It's about giving your best shot.
My younger self would be proud of where I am right now, being more outspoken and more confident. And I'd like to thank all of you guys here in Best Buddies for giving me the opportunity to speak up. And thank you for hearing my story.
We are breaking down barriers. It shows that through art, we are able to express ourselves where everyone can understand.
Best Buddies helped me sharpen my self-advocacy skills as a global ambassador, encouraging me to go beyond speeches and advocate using my passion in travel vlogging.
Thanks to the love and support of my family, the efforts of my therapist, and the kindness of my friends, I was able to live a normal life.
I believe anyone can be superhero by helping others.
Thank you for being my friend.
I'd like to thank Best Buddy. Thank you for pushing this, bringing this. Always, we've been pushing for inclusive society for persons with IDD and all kinds of abilities, disabilities, and all life. I'd like to thank all the buddies that are here for being courageous, for pushing yourself, to advocate for yourself, to have self-determination. I look forward to seeing you superheroes.
Continue to hone your skills. Continue to refine your message. Continue to live and work and study with integrity. With that, your mission, your advocacy, and all of us behind, all of you guys will continue to shine as ambassadors.
And if we hold on tight, we'll keep going till we reach new heights, going further than we ever thought we could. You're on to something good.
I'm so grateful that I got to spend the morning with some of our other ambassadors. I get to spend the afternoon with all of you. So thank you. Thank you for allowing me to do what I love. All of you.
Yeah, congratulations, Michelle. Congratulations, Best Buddies. Michelle, can you expound about the video?
So our ambassador training, this is the leadership program that we have. These are leadership opportunities for when individuals join our friendship program, and then their faculty advisor will say, hey, so-and-so is exhibiting, quite a few of the leadership qualities. I think they're ready to go through leadership training, or maybe you could consider whether or not they do, and we invite them. We don't force anyone to go through it. There's always an invitation that comes, and through the invitation, if they accept, they'll take part in a full day training with one of our partners. So in that video, you saw that our partner was Asurion. Asurion Philippines has been incredibly instrumental in helping us further our mission of inclusion. They've been a partner with Best Buddies Philippines. I think we're going on 4 years. And through that partnership for the leadership training, we had one employee and we had one buddy, and they were trained. They actually got together and spent the whole day together through plenary sessions where you saw Romy was leading some of those sessions. And the one-to-one speech coach gives them the opportunity to identify their own personal mission and then share that mission by the end of the day. So if their mission is to find work, or if their mission is to make sure everybody's included, or if their mission is to make sure everybody has a friend, then they'll go through a series of sessions where they will be equipped to identify their mission, be able to write it into a speech, and then deliver that speech publicly. Romy might also
Wow. Yeah. Galing. Yeah. Janine, do you want to ask question about that specific activity of Best Buddy?
Yeah, I'm very interested to know po, since you said that you're open for volunteers, for those people who are interested to be a part of Best Buddies as volunteers, what would be your processes or application processes so that they'll be included in your organizations? Is there any screening, application, registration, something like that po?
Yes. So right now we are actually having an open call for interns. So we try to get students from different universities or any partnership that we've already formed. So yes, everyone will be screened. We have to request for everyone to send in their CV, resume, cover letter, a letter of endorsement from the university or the institution where they're coming from, just so we know that anyone who comes in is someone that we can trust and someone who is willing to go beyond, being required and actually learn to appreciate the mission of inclusion. So everything is always through screening, through our email, but you can always have your queries through our Facebook and our Instagram page.
Miss Romy, do you have an age limit? Like, for example, since you are tapping schools or
Janine, you want to
universities.
volunteer to Best Buddies Philippines?
I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I'm just curious. Do you have age limit? Because I've based on what I've heard, you're tapping universities and schools for partnerships and friendships. How about organizations of persons with disabilities? Are you also tapping them to be one of your friends?
We have no age limit, but we do have a minimum, like 18 years old and above, so that we have consent that they can participate. Because a lot of our events are on weekends and in different locations, just for safety purposes. But for older volunteers, we're always welcome for any tita or mommy who wants to join and see how our events go. We're always open to that. And in terms of partnering with organizations, that's something that we're also trying to explore this year. So we try to partner with different organizations so that we can actually amplify the impact that we have. So right now, one of our partners, it's Rico's Artism Gallery, and they help us with our posters or even merch to sell. And that's something that we did over the weekend, actually. But yeah, that's something we're exploring recently.
In terms of, I'm going to jump in terms of partnerships with organizations, we enjoy collaborating with everyone. We've collaborated with ASP, DISAPI. I'm looking forward to collaborating with Northville. I've attended some of your seminars as well, Reniel, very helpful. Right now, I'm actually at the Kasama DEI Summit by Puede, and we're here in Marco Polo learning so many different ways that we can come together where many of our organizations actually overlap and can kind of help each other and bolster each other in terms of getting our beneficiaries more than what they need, right? So providing opportunities for them and doing that in a way that's extremely collaborative. I actually believe that the work that we do is about addition. And the more we add, the more collaborations we can do. That's when the addition becomes multiplication, because that's where we can actually multiply the impact that we do together.
Yeah, I really like that perspective, no, Michelle, no. Hindi to competition, no. Dapat tayo ay magko-complement, no. Dapat tayo ay magtutulungan, no. So sana pare-pareho yung perspective, no, ng lahat ng mga advocates, no, na hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na ako lang, ako ang magaling, at kami lang kayang gumawa nito. No, sana unti-unting mawala yung ganoong perspective, no. Looking back, no, at the videos that was played a while ago, is also, I think, no, your way of identifying possible leaders, no, and self-advocates who can amplify, no, the issues and concerns, no, the rights of persons with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Okay. Michelle, no, Romy, was there already an instant wherein a member of Best Body Philippines were invited, no, to join in a national consultation here in the Philippines, no, to speak about the issues and concerns, no, of their group?
When you say a national consultation, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, like for example, no, every 2 years, there's a national congress on children. Okay, this is being conducted by the Council for the Welfare of Children. The Council for the Welfare of Children is an attached agency of the Department of Social Welfare and Development. And they are in charge of coordinating, implementing, recommending policies for children, including children with disabilities. So was there an instance that Best Body Philippines was invited?
Not yet, but we're open. Not yet. We'd love to have the
Michelle,
opportunity for.
Have you heard of? So have you heard already about the Council for the Welfare of Children?
Yes.
Actually, Norphil is the chairperson of the subcommittee on children with disabilities, no, and later on, no, you help me remind myself that I need to invite Best Bodies Philippines if there are consultations, no, on children with disabilities, and if you want to be a part, no, of the subcommittee on children with disabilities, because usually, no, it's my group who is facilitating, no, the consultation of children with different conditions, with autism, ADHD, Down syndrome, those using wheelchair. So maybe next time, no, we will invite, no, Best Bodies Philippines, and we will learn also, no, your good and best practices. Yeah.
I will definitely remind you, Renee.
Okay, and I will remind myself to invite you. No, actually now we are in the process, no, of finalizing, no, the strategic plan on children with disabilities. No, it's a 4-year plan, no, concerning, no, children with disabilities and their families. Anyway, Janine, you have more questions for Michelle and Romy?
Yes, sir. I got a lot, but I want to ask po, since you have mentioned na, sir, the best practices and achievements of Best Bodies that they would like you to share with your organization, I just hope they also share it with our audience, their best practices and achievements in their, as Best Bodies organization.
So would you like to share, no, what you've been doing, no, your good and best practices, no, that I'm sure, no, our listeners will really appreciate? Yeah.
Okay, I think one of the things that we offer for anyone who wants to come in, may it be a student, volunteer, or partner organization, or even a company, is we provide inclusive workplace trainings, and we try to, as much as possible, educate all of the people who want to come into our events to learn more about disability awareness, what's the best way to speak to them about person first language, and being aware of the different kinds of privileges that we have and how we can better serve the community that we have, sure, individuals with disability. And another best practice that we do is we invite ambassadors to speak in our events. And that's why we do the ambassador training.
What do you mean
because-
by, Romy? Yeah. What do you mean by ambassadors?
Yes. So based on the ambassador video that we just played a while ago, we train our bodies to learn more about their advocacy, finding the words that they can share a story or experiences that they may have so that they can use their personal experiences in the speech that they make, so that when we invite them or tap them to speak in an event in a mall or speak in an opportunity just like this, that they are ready and they are supported to provide a speech that can move anyone to tears. And at the end of it, after being able to process what you just heard, it inspires you to act as well, that it inspires you to make something more sustainable for them. So it's really using inspiration and emotion to action.
Wow. Yeah, mga ka-inklinasyon, no? Before we proceed further, yeah, I think may papakita sa atin si JM. JM, Ina, ano ba yung ating mga inklubalita, no, for the coming days? Okay, so sa ating inklinasyon balita, no, inimbitahan natin, no, ang lahat ng mga nanonood, no, dito sa inklinasyon na sumali sa Angels Walk for Autism. No, ang Angels Walk for Autism, isa siya sa mga pinakamalaking advocacy campaign na sinimulan ng Autism Society Philippines. No, I'm proud, no, na nagsimula ang Angels Walk for Autism. I was still, no, the executive director of Autism Society Philippines. So sa darating na linggo, alas 7 ng umaga, no, magkaroon tayo ng Angels Walk for Autism. Nagaganapin sa Mall of Asia Arena, no, sa SM. So kasama din, I'm sure, yung contingent ni Michelle at saka ni Romy. So magkikita-kita tayo doon, no? So magdala tayo, no, ng ating mga banner, yung ating mga advocacy slogan, no? At kung kaya nating bumili ng t-shirt, merong magandang t-shirt, no, na binebenta ang ASP. No, maganda, no, na may souvenir din tayo, no? Meron din tayong banner, no, na dadalhin natin, no, at ina-encourage ang lahat, no, na ihanda natin yung ating sarili dahil 'di ba ngayon medyo mainit, so magdala tayo ng ating pamaypay, extra shirt, no, meron tayong towel, meron tayong tubig, no? So aasahan natin, no, aasahan namin, no, na magkikita-kita tayo, no, sa linggo sa 2024 Angels Walk for Autism sa SM Mall of Asia. Okay, so mga ka-inklinasyon, no, sama-sama tayo doon sa linggo. Okay, siguro marami talaga yung mag-attend kasi ito naman yung face-to-face, no, na Angels Walk. Kaya maraming mag-a-active, no, yung mga ilang taon na hindi pa nagkikita, magkikita muli, tulad ko at ng aking mga kaibigan. Okay, sa ating pagpapatuloy, no, Michelle, Romy, actually, fina-follow ko, no, yung FB page, no, ninyo, no, at nakita ko na ito isa sa mga, I think for me, no, magandang programa. Yung paghahanda ninyo ng mga members ninyo, no, for their eventual employment. Kwento nyo nga sa amin, no, papaano, kasi hindi lang siya one time, no, Janine, mga ka-inclinasyon, parang series, no, na mga activities ang ginagawa nila, no, for their preparation ba, for eventual employment of the members of the Best Buddies. Who will explain?
I'll start and then Romy can jump in. Best Buddies International has been employing individuals through partner companies for more than 30 years. So there's a lot of experience behind the programs that we run. You also asked earlier about best practices. Much of what we do, we report to international. We understand what works and what doesn't work. While we're only 10 years young, we do have the experience behind us in terms of best practices and knowing what we should be doing and how we can do things better. For the employment program, we actually just employment program in December. We called for participants, applicants. We screened over 40 applicants for a program that we knew we could only take 30 for. We ended up accepting 32. And we had asked the other applicants, please continue to join the events and apply for the next batch for the pre-employment program.
So natapos na, Michelle, meron na palang graduates yung first batch.
Yes, this is going to be at the end of June. So what we are doing is we've come up with a 12-session module that starts everything with identifying your skills and talents to the differences between a career and a job, and even taking that a step further with hard skills, how to write your resume, how to write your cover letter, how to interview, how to apply, where to apply. There's many different venues, avenues, profiles, websites that you can apply. Then we take from those 12 sessions, right? We have industry leaders and experts who are helping us teach each of these sessions. So like, let's say for interviews, we're actually partnering this coming Saturday with Bayer, South Star. Actually, it's for application process. No, this Saturday's application process. Bayer, South Star, and we're also partnering with another multinational who is helping as one-on-one coaches. So you have 3 companies supporting the 32 participants and coaching them and how to go through these steps of building both hard skills and soft skills as they prepare to apply for internships and then eventually employment. I'm sure Romy wants to add some things too, because she's so involved in the PEP program, the pre-employment program, and this is kind of like her baby as well. What we're doing there also is assessing the skills before the training and assessing after. So we know where we need to make adjustments.
Galing. Romy, would you like to add?
So for all of the 32 participants, it's really been such a joy to see how much they've improved in the last few weeks, because we're not only teaching them specific skills based on the module, but then we're also teaching them other skills that they can improve upon, being more confident to speak in front of the public, being able to work in groups or people that they've only met through PEP, and having the confidence to be independent, because this is the preparation, but the goal is truly to give the opportunity for all of these 32 individuals to find a job in an employer that is also inclusive and also respects diversity and inclusion. So it's really been such a joy seeing it, and I really hope that you would really visit our Facebook and YouTube channel, because we post our videos on PEP and you would really see our bodies in action, learning how to make a resume, presenting resumes, and even reciting during class, because they're really active and they love being a part of this program. So,
I do want to add one more thing.
That's very interesting.
I do want to add one more thing, and I think it's very important to say this. The employment partners that we are blessed with working towards more inclusive and integrated employment. We're not asking for charity. We're not asking for a handout. We're not asking also to fit a square peg in a square hole. We're actually asking for competitive employment for individuals who are qualified for the job that they are applying for, and only asking for reasonable accommodations. And these are accommodations that everybody has the right to ask for. So we want our jobs participants to be able to apply for a job, be interviewed, go through all of the same processes that anyone else would to go to gainful employment. And all they want is a fair day's pay for a fair day's work, right? So we're not looking for a handout. This is not charity work. You're not giving someone a job as a mascot. We want competitive employment, and that's what we fight for our buddies.
Yeah, Miss Janine. That's really from the human rights perspective. Pero Michelle, no, Romy, ang tanong dito ng mga magulang, alam ko na. Meron bang, Michelle, bayad ito kung gusto naming isali yung aming anak? Meron bang counterpart? Ano yung pamaraan para makasali yung aking anak sa employment program ng Best Buddies?
No, we don't really charge for the programs, just like our friendship and also our leadership. But if there's one thing we ask, is really for the commitment. We want to ensure that both the parent and the child who's coming in the program will really fully commit to attending all the sessions, completing all the homeworks, completing surveys, all of the tasks that's been asked. Because this is a partnership. It's not just us doing the work, but also them putting in the work so that we can fulfill the goal together.
So, Renelle, you're probably asking how we fund the programs. This is where the
Actually, Michelle, that's my follow-up question.
Yeah.
Given all of this, no?
Yes.
How do you fund your program? How do you make it sustain? How do you make Best Buddies Philippines sustainable?
Right. So, this particular program was written. It was a small project that was written and funded by the U.S. Embassy. And what we were able to do is partner with 14 companies, Romy, or are we at 13? 14 companies.
We're at 17.
17 companies.
Wow.
And how many schools? We have universities. 5 universities and high schools who are helping fuel this program to get these individuals hired. We receive funding through grants. We receive funding through partners. Our corporate partners help fund what we do. So it is super important that we have partners in the business, in the private sector, who believe in the mission of inclusion, because they're actually the ones that are funding.
Okay, mga ka-inklinasyon, gusto pa sana natin no magpatuloy no yung ating napakagandang diskusyon sa hapong ito. Pero medyo kinakapos na tayo ng panahon. Kaya JM, meron pa ba tayong isang inklubalita? Pwede mo nang ipakita no bago tayo mag-proceed ng ating diskusyon. Okay, so yung ating public service announcement. Go, JM.
For our public service announcement, sorry for the delay. Meron po kaming i-announce na event, the components of oral methods. This would be on April 17 to 19, ngayon na po yun, by PID, Philippine Institute for the Deaf. It will be held in their PID library. Ito po ay tungkol sa kanilang articulation in Northampton chart. So you will learn the what they call that auditory training. So this is for those people who are interested to learn more and teach the deaf to speak. So it's more about the Northampton Sounds Charts. If you are interested, you can contact Miss Julie Esguerra. Send her an email at pidmanila@gmail.com, or you can contact her at the cell phone or number that was posted right now on your screen. So that's the PID library. Mamaya po, kita tayo hanggang April 19. Another public service announcement, OJT. We're looking for OJTs. Hone your skills. Contribute for a meaningful impact or meaningful cause. Inclination is accepting interns and OJTs for our Facebook Live program dedicated in promoting rights of persons with disabilities. If you are interested, if you are interns or OJTs, you can send your application to inclination@gmail.com. INKLUNASYON@gmail.com, and address your letter and then your resume to Inclination Core Group through our technical assistant, Joanna Marie David. Another public service na announcement po. Meron pa po ba kayo mga disability-related issues topics na gusto nyo po pong pag-usapan? Makipag-ugnayan na po sa Inclination dahil dito sa Inclination ay laging may inclusion. You can send your comments, suggestions, and recommendations again in our email address inclination@gmail.com, INKLUNAYSYON@gmail.com, addressed again to Inclination Core Group through our Technical Director, Ina Figueroa. So thank you, Sir Ranil, for that public
Yeah,
service
thank you, Janine, and thank you, JM. So yun yung ating mga announcement, no? Sa gusto, no? Makisali sa ating commitment to volunteer. Okay, so JM, no, humihingi kami ng kahit siguro mga 10 minutes, no, for extension. Okay, so Michelle, no, Romy, okay, sa inyong pag-implement ng inyong programs and services, maliban sa mga minention nyo kanina na mga international partners, mga business entities, no, may nakapartner na ba kayo sa gobyerno ng Pilipinas? Kung meron man, anong ahensya ng gobyerno ang nakapartner na ninyo sa inyong mga programa at serbisyo?
We haven't partnered yet with any of the local agencies, but that doesn't mean that we're not open to it.
Actually, no, we'll be straight, no, about this, no. Every time, no, we have guests at Inclination, we always ask them, nakatulong ba sa inyo yung ating gobyerno? May nakapartner na ba kayo ng iba't ibang ahensya? At kadalasan ng sinasabi nila, meron, kunti, at tulad mo, ang sinasabi nila ay wala pa. Napakalungkot, no, ng ganitong sitwasyon kasi kung human rights tayo, no, the government is the right holder. And persons with disabilities, children with disabilities, they are, no, they are the rights holder. No, the government is the duty bearer. So they are duty bound, no, to provide, no, program and services as stated in the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child and the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. Pero sa aking karanasan, mas active, no, ang mga civil service, no, CSO, no, civil service organization, or ang mga non-government organization, no, in providing services for persons and children with disabilities. I think, no, isa siguro ito sa mga itutuloy natin na advokasya na hikayatin i-assert na ang mga taga-gobyerno ay gagawin nila kung ano ang kanilang mandato na sinasaad ng iba't ibang mga konvensyon. With this, Michelle, Romy, ano ang mensahe nyo sa ating pamahalaan?
And if I may add po, Sir Ranil, since nga po sinabi nga po nila they're willing to negotiate and partner with our government, maybe sa last message po nila, they can say yung kanila pong email address, sa paano po sila ma-reach at saan pong mga websites, they can also announce that. Sige po, Miss Michelle and Miss Romy.
I think
your message?
I think just to answer like what the message is. I feel like now is a good opportunity, or now is a good time to have a discussion on the different priorities that we have, especially for other sectors that are not as prioritized. That includes women, children with disabilities, individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, and even in the indigenous community. So there's a lot of communities that the government can provide support and can provide help. And I think that can always start with a proper conversation, with the proper place to hold dialogue. And I think once we complete, or once we do have that conversation, then we can talk about action steps or strategies, because I feel like it's a good time for all of us to collaborate, make initiatives that can impact more people, because they're the ones who need it most.
Yeah. Michelle?
Right. So, I mean, if there is an opportunity to collaborate, our website is bestbuddiesph.org. We just got it up. We revamped and moved to a .org. We migrated. If someone wanted to email us, there is bestbuddiesmanila@gmail.com. You can also message us on Facebook at Best Buddies Philippines, even Instagram at bestbuddies_PH. We're also on LinkedIn, and we're also on TikTok, and we're also on Twitter. So we don't check those accounts as much. But when it comes to Facebook and Instagram, we're on there every day. So anytime someone sends a message, you should be getting an answer within 24 hours.
It's cool.
Lastly, Michelle, as a parent, what's your message, to the other parents, having children with disabilities?
We're at the cusp of a very exciting time. When Jelly was born 12 years ago, we weren't where we are now. There are companies who are ready to employ. There are opportunities for education. There are opportunities, of course, social opportunities where our children don't have to be hidden away. And we can spend time and treat, I guess, what I'm seeing through the different conversations that I'm having with parents who may be receiving a new diagnosis or maybe embarking on the next milestone of their child's life, where they just graduated high school or they graduated out of a transition program. Like, what's next? There are so many options now that weren't there before. 2 decades ago, there weren't the same opportunities for individuals like my daughter with Down syndrome. But now there are. She could go to any school. And as we continue to further inclusion, as we create this awareness through Include Mashon, through Northville, through Best Buddies, through these campaigns that everybody takes part in, the awareness creates opportunities for education. And when you educate someone on the capabilities of individuals who are diverse, maybe different, and they understand that different is not less, through that education comes acceptance. And when we reach a point of acceptance that we know that we are all different, but we all have the same rights and we all have the ability to participate in every facet of society, then inclusion can really take root. So through the awareness leads the education. When you educate someone, they can be better to accept everyone as they are. And when there's acceptance, only then can we include. So I feel hopeful.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Michelle. No, pasalamatan din natin no, yung ating mga sponsors. JM?
We would like to thank our sponsors and partners, CBM Global Disability Inclusion, Philippine Coalition United Nations Conventions on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities or PCUNCRPD, ENET Philippines, Norfield Foundation, CISO, Philippine Partnership on Children with Disabilities or PPCWD, Liliane Funds, Deafblind Support Philippines or DBSP, Philippine Chamber of Massage Industries for the Visually Impaired or PCMIVI, Provincial Government of Batangas, PIDAO Pangasinan, Regional Associations of Women with Disability or RAWWD Region 1, Mabini Movement, and of course, the ASEAN Enabling Master Plan 2025 Coalition. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Doc Gina. Thank you, Doc JM. No? Isa namang episode na ang natapos natin sa hapong ito. Napakahalagang episode. Ang patungkol sa Best Buddies Philippines. Ang kanilang background, ano ang kanilang ginagawa, yung challenges nila no, sa ating gobyerno, sa mga magulang, no, at sa ating mga tagapakinig. Nagpapasalamat tayo sa Best Buddies Philippines. Dahil sa kanila, meron tayong kasama na best buddy sa ating advokasya. Maraming salamat. Ito ang inklunasyon. Sa inklunasyon, lahat ay included. Lahat ay kasama. Walang naiiwan. Sa inklunasyon, now na.